Hi, welcome to A Way Forward, LITA Sustainability Solutions, a presentation by Kristen Cooper, Tonya Ferrell, Kelsey Flynn, Laura Mendez, Tonya Ryals, and Paige Walker. In January 2020, we were charged with identifying how the Library and Information Technology Association, or LITA division, could live out the American Library Association's resolution on sustainability. Our report represents a synthesis of our research and recommendations. We researched the organization and sustainability plans of the top 15 trade organizations in the United States, surveyed LITA membership, and developed a set of recommendations and best practices for both financial and environmental sustainability. We're going to go over our methods and recommendations in this video, but you can also find our project documents and full report using the QR code at the bottom right of the poster.
For the first part of the project, the group examined the structures and practices of the top 15 trade and professional organizations in the United States. Using the results of this examination, as well as conversations with LITA leadership at the ALA Midwinter 2020 conference, we developed our survey. The survey was drafted in Google Forms and consisted of 22 questions exploring members' thoughts on virtual events and environmental sustainability. Once drafted, the survey was sent to the member guide Margaret Heller, staff liaison Jenny Levine, LITA President Emily Morton Owens, the LITA Assessment and Research Committee, and the Forum 2020 Chair for review before delivery. The survey was then sent to the current LITA membership by Jenny Levine and was open from March 24th to April 19th, 2020. It was also shared via the LITA blog on April 12th, 2020.
Based on our institutional research and responses we received to our survey, we identified organizational best practices and recommendations intended to guide the financial and environmental sustainability of the division. Our peer-reviewed survey received 69 responses, constituting approximately 3.4% of LITA's membership. The majority of those who responded had been members for less than 5 years. Academic librarians represented 48% of the total respondents. We found financial and environmental issues were concerns for membership even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. 74% stated that they paid for membership themselves. While results indicated that respondents did not believe environmental sustainability should be a focus for LITA, this survey provided the opportunity to make suggestions relating to the sustainability of the conference. These suggestions included ensuring that recycling is available, not providing bottled water, sourcing sustainable food, and booking LITA adjacent to ALA annual to reduce travel and environmental costs. These recommendations were categorized by short, mid, and long-term directions. Laura, you're muted.
So sorry about that, technical difficulties. As for short-term recommendations, we recommend that we add a sustainability fund option for forum registration. Survey respondents indicated that their institutions would be willing to donate funding that would offset their carbon footprint while registering for forum. Therefore, we recommend that the division implement an option for a $5 donation to offset carbon emissions while registering for forum. This would provide a means of increasing environmental sustainability for those who are in the position of doing so. We also recommend increasing member onboarding and outreach as a key strategy moving forward. We recommend including one free webinar yearly for those that join the division or renew their membership in order to entice more people to join. The division may also consider designating 1 or 2 positions on its board for students or new professionals in order to invigorate the board with fresh ideas and provide an on-board or an on-ramp for newer members to engage with the division at a higher level. Finally, we recommend you offer promoting affordable and virtual education. With the proliferation of low-cost professional development opportunities, we recommend that the division lower the cost of webinars and other professional development. Our survey demonstrated that the most common reason LITA members did not attend webinars or courses was due to their cost. By lowering costs, the division could attract more members and provide a service to library practitioners who are underemployed or whose home institutions do not or cannot fund such learning opportunities.
So now that Laura has addressed the short-term recommendations, I'll talk about our midterm recommendations. Coincidentally, one of our top midterm recommendations was for the division to host a more flexible forum, which could alternate between a virtual and an in-person event. In our report, we argued persuasively for the financial and environmental sustainability of this model. And if nothing else, the past year has exemplified the benefits of this approach. Alternating a virtual and an in-person forum would help the division balance the financial and environmental sustainability of a virtual event with the member engagement and community building of an in-person event. Additionally, one of the recommendations we're most excited about is for a pilot certificate program. In our research, we discovered that certificates incentivize members and non-members to invest in programming and contribute to the overall financial well-being of the organization. There are many models that demonstrate this approach, including the Society of American Archivists Digital Archive Specialist Certificate. The ALA division may take a similar approach by first identifying a topic of interest, perhaps by inventorying its popular webinars or surveying members to gauge their enthusiasm. We're confident that a certificate program would raise member engagement as well as the overall sustainability of the division.
Once the pilot certificate program is launched, the division should build upon it with select diverse pathways. These pathways should represent the larger interests of the division. One example would be to create different pathways based off of previous incarnations of divisions that united to form CORE. By creating certificate programs for topics such as leadership, collection development, technical services, and information technology, the division would give its members the ability to deepen their own interests with specific tracks, as well as broaden their interest by pursuing other tracks. Another long-term goal that should be considered is to strengthen the regional partnerships of the division. This would involve developing partnerships at various local and state conferences. If meetings or events were held at the State Library Association conferences, they could replicate the in-person experience of networking at larger conferences while simultaneously minimizing the fiscal and environmental cost of hosting an annual standalone conference specifically for the division. We also recommend that the division explore having different levels of membership. Simple memberships could include a limited amount of webinars, conference discounts, and other different things. Deluxe memberships could include additional webinars, certificate tracks, training videos, etc. These membership options would allow prospective members to engage with the division in the way that best meets their needs, which in turn will allow the division to appeal to a variety of library workers. When we started this project, we were tasked with creating an environmental and financial plan for a more sustainable division. We believe that by following our plan, that CORE will be able to achieve this in the future. We want to thank everyone who has helped our team with this report and for the opportunity to be part of the Emerging Leaders program. Thank you.